Hello, Aquas! My name is Priscilla from Crystalthingsheal, here to do your February 2022 Love and Sexy readings. Oh, I want to use this deck over here today for you guys. I have one over here. So first we start with the Oracle cards per usual. And then we go to Tarot. See what we have going on. So a friendly reminder that tarot is for guidance and entertainment purposes only, therefore not responsible for what you do after your reading. However, I'm here for you. If you're interested in a personal reading, check out crystalthingsheal.com. So right off the bat, I'm going to tell you that someone is probably not talking to you. I couldn't even get that word out. And I saw that one person's coming with baggage, okay? It's time for you to read the fine print. And that's probably why you had to take a step back for a little bit. You had to go, take a step back and do your research. And that's totally fine. There's definitely some papers to be signed for some of you. Or maybe before you commit, you want to really look at the details from an outsider's view, okay? But things are in synchronicity. They're happening. They're being balanced. And I think you are going to be happy with the outcome. Why did this come like that? It's just that you're worried. Okay. Now, if this isn't for you, don't worry. Usually I do a couple groups of people in one reading. And if it's still not for you, then check out, any other reader. Or in 2 weeks, I do another reading. That's a general. I do also see some people who may be fighting for custody of a child. Okay. Someone's empty nesting and they're not happy about it. And it's almost like you're blaming yourself for it. Okay. So now there's a decision to make. That decision, I told you, is like a custody or some sort. Why can I speak now? What is happening? I just did readings and it was perfectly fine. It's like the words are not coming out correctly. I don't know. I don't understand. Maybe speech is difficult for you in February. Altogether, right? I don't know. You're defensive. All right. So that's one group of you. Look. Whoever is going to court for anything, it's time for you to speak up there, okay? Don't be quiet and let things happen. Speak up and, use your voice. Maybe that's why I couldn't speak. All right, so whoever's staying quiet, don't. Use your voice. Say what you need to say. Horrible singing. I know, it's 8 o'clock in the morning, okay? All right, second group of folks. I'm actually using the same deck, though. Healing. Lots of healing happening, okay? Because you were hooked. You were hooked, but then you realized there was, some regret there. And you're like, yeah, I can't do this anymore. It's time for me to move forward. Our curtain has closed. I don't think that you are what I thought you were, right? It's like our chapter is done here. I'm exhausted. Even if you are a soulmate, maybe you're not the soulmate I thought you were. Maybe you're a karmic and not a soulmate, right? Oh, the reason why you were hooked was because the bedroom was on fire. But that was the sacrifice that you had to make, okay? It's like you guys probably had amazing sexual chemistry. And you guys talked a lot. You guys communicated a lot too. So in a sense, they did help you with the healing process. But it's kind of like a lot of it was through texting, okay? And when it came down to when you, again, also took a step back here in this situation, you realized that it wasn't what you thought it was. You had, oh, look at that. You had the blinders on, right? It's okay. It happens to the best of us. And it was time for you to surrender because this wasn't going anywhere. And even if you thought that it was going to be a long-term thing at some point, like, oh, this could be the person I'm going to marry, blah, blah. I think your eyes kind of opened up at some point and you're like, no, this isn't it. Right. Something could have happened that really opened your eyes. So maybe it wasn't you. Maybe the universe opened your eyes. But they had to do that because things for you are changing, okay? 5-5. It was kind of destined to happen that way for you to get to this new beginning. So it was part of your journey. Because what was happening was you were seeing like an illusion almost. You know, we sometimes as humans, we paint this picture. We see, you know, things are going great, or maybe they're love bombing or anything like that. And then we're like, hold on a second. But when we're in the midst of it, it's hard to see sometimes. Right, because things are complicated. You start realizing little by little because the little problems don't seem that important at first. But then those little problems start to accumulate just like that little ball of yarn, right? But now you have all the tools that you need. Well, interesting. I think maybe in the past you needed more materials because this is talking about needing more materials. This is talking about you having the materials. So maybe you were doubting yourself and now you realize that you could overcome it just fine. You realize that it was the temptation that was getting you, right? It was the charmer in them. Now you're going for what you want. You were healing your inner child. So something about them, it was a karmic lesson, okay? Something about them was triggering that in you. And that's why you were sticking around. And even though it was like, you may have gotten warnings from friends or anything like that. You were healing your inner child. So it did hold a purpose. Let's go for another group of folks. I said I wanted to use this deck, so we're going to do that. Aquas, third group of people. My dogs are outside and they're being very quiet. So I'm going to check on them after this reading. I have the window open so I can hear them. 10 of Wands. 8 of Cups. Was someone too much? 10 of Swords. And even though it hurts, you had to walk away because it just was not working. So this is more of a love reading, guys. Excuse me. Oh, okay. Someone was being a player. And they were lying. Someone was being a player and they couldn't just, either they were lying or they had more than one suitor and they couldn't decide between the two. So it was a painful ending. So you were like, yeah, I'm gone. I'm out. I don't know what's ahead of me, but it's not you. Right. Wheel of Fortune reverse. It was not going to work. Okay. 5 of Wands. This caused some drama to happen. Why? Because you're like, I'm single now. 2 of Wands. You're looking, look. They're looking opposite directions, okay? Usually I don't see 2 of Wands. I usually see 2 of Wands as like someone seeing where they're going in the future. This is 2 people looking at opposite directions. 2 people seeing their lives going in different directions, okay? I'm out of here. Titties out and all. Why? Because you're not making me happy, period. But, you know, they look like they're in pain. And notice how they're hitting that's the forbidden fruit, right? The apple. So somebody bit the apple and the other person is like, damn, like what was I to you then? I was something stable. So anyways, you lost your patience. Whereas you could have been this, it's clearly not anymore, right? What's this? That cycle has completed. So now what? Let's get some final messages for you. Right, because they were being shady, okay? So if you have any doubt, maybe if you didn't have the proof, but you were just thinking about it, you know, like, I don't like what they're doing, like they're acting different, they're being shady. I don't like it. I don't like what I'm seeing. There is a reason why you're losing your temper quite a lot, okay? Here's disappointment. I don't know how else to put this reading. So, I just heard the curtain is closing. Yeah, they're like, when they come with an apology, it's like they're trying to charm you, but it's not sincere, okay? Like, he's a little bit of a player, you know what I'm saying? He's like sending you a text. He's not really putting in a lot of effort. He's putting in just enough to get you back. Queen of Wands. I still see another woman here. Or men or whatever. There's another person. So it's like, all right, here, let me get this person back real quick. Let me just send him a text, say what I gotta say. And then they say the right thing. But they didn't really have to do that much. And I don't want to say it like that. It's just more of, they just know what to do to kind of get you back. You know, take a step back and see. See? Take a step back and see, like, if they really did put in the effort. Because I see other things waiting for you. Somewhere over the rainbow. Way up high. I see someone who is not sexually driven, who's going to make you really happy, and a soulmate in your future. So I wouldn't get yourself hung up with someone who's not giving you what you don't deserve. Or someone who's giving you what you don't deserve. All right. That's going to be your reading. Until next time. See you in March. Bye.